I had the pleasure of interviewing Kevin Costner about this, and one thing that he pointed out, actually when we were talking about Highwaymen, was that there's a realism to that violence, and there are consequences in this. So it's sort of a fantasy element whenever we talk about sort of mafia level crime.
Sure.
But there are consequences for everything. For something you do early in season 1, it haunts the rest of the show.
Yeah.
When were you aware of how far they go?
Well, if you read those first 3 episodes, I mean, even if you watch them, those first 3 episodes, Kayce's already pretty dark. And he's gotten better since. Like the first 3, I think he killed a person in each episode.
Mentioning that he kills some folks, but he's had experiences in war that have deeply affected him. Each of those instances of him killing people, he had a moment to think about it. Like killing Monica's brother, he knew that was going to happen if he didn't surrender or whatever.
Yeah.
So I wonder if for Kayce those are moments of particular pain, like it's hurting him to do this thing that he was trying to get away from.
Yeah, I think another thing that stuff is supposed to sort of showcase about what's going on with him is the PTSD you were talking about, and having been at war, and how sometimes these guys come back from these experiences that are horrendous and no one should have to go through, and now are trying to fit into a normal civilized world, and still feel like maybe this killer, this monster that they were taught to be in another place. And I think Kayce sort of that's where he's at. He's just, feels like no matter where he goes in that first season, death is sort of following him around, and just sort of the nightmare of who you have to become to fight a war, And I think that's there to kind of try to get the audience in the mindset of where he's at, and one of my favorite things about what's happening in season 2 is him kind of confronting all of that, and kind of taking a look at that stuff and trying to actually become a human in a civilized world again.